The Sleeping Game. This one's about four kids, who are all related. Two of them, named Kyle and Aaron, are brother and sister, and the others, which are Greg and our main character, who is never mentioned by name, are cousins. They constantly have sleepovers since their parents all work in the same place, and often have to pick up more than one shift. During these sleepovers, they would play a game called The Sleeping Game, where one of them would tell a scary story, and then none of them would be allowed to leave their sleeping bag for any reason. Can't go to the bathroom, can't get something to drink, nothing. And if they did, they would have to get an Indian burn from the others. Ouch! One night, Kyle tells a story about Mr. Toombs, the man who used to live in one of the houses that one of these relatives' parents own now, who died, therefore lost ownership of the house. I know I explained that in such a bad way. Just bear with me. Kyle tells a story about Mr. Toombs coming back as a ghost and sucking the oxygen out of you. This makes everyone a little uneasy, understandably. You have to keep in mind, these are kids. The next morning, tragedy strikes. They discover that Aaron has died, and the cause of death is eventually ruled as an accident. Aaron was only 6 years old. She was the youngest of the group. So, this was a little unsettling to listen to, even if it's just a story. Anyway, moving on. Years later, our main character is helping moving stuff out since Kyle is going to be going to college. He randomly picks up the scent of a flavor of Jolly Rancher, which he had snuck to Erin all those years ago, the night she died. This creepypasta is pretty good. It's also incredibly heartbreaking. It makes you remember a more simpler time when you were a kid telling scary stories. It was just something you did in order to try and scare the shit out of your friends or relatives, whoever you were hanging out with. The story is also a real heartbreaker, as I already said it was, because the youngest kid in the group, Aaron, dies. It's always a little unsettling to read or listen to a horror story where a child dies. It always just hits you in the heart. Of course, this story was written by unsettlingstories.com, so unsettling is probably what they were going for, and they definitely delivered. Big time. This is one of the most disturbing creepypastas out there, and one that I definitely recommend.